Hi humans, welcome to the Architects Workshop. I'm Lola of Tall. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to create and edit our walls, create and edit topography, learn to use our building pad tool, and learn how to set visibility on our projects. Previous episodes of the free Revit 101 course are linked in the top right hand corner on your screen. Alright, we've done our grids, we've been able to set them up, and we now know how they work. So we're just going to go ahead and put our base walls. So the first thing we're going to do is click WA or just escape. Click the wall command on the ribbon, but WA is the shortcut. So when you do that, you go to your properties panel. You have to scroll all the way down to look for your 300mm concrete retaining wall. You click on that, and then right below the ribbon, you see that there's this modify panel just here. So we're going to set it to height, not depth. And then for connected, we're going to connect it to our first floor, just like that. And then we're going to leave it to wall center line, and we're going to make sure it's on chain because we want our walls to keep going and we don't need any offset. So you just come down here and right on grid number 2, just click on the middle here. You see that a pink X appears. So that's what you're going to be looking out for. Just click and then drag towards your left hand side. When you see that X, you click again, you go down, see that X, you click again, you go down, and then you see that X and you click again. So when you're done, you just click escape, right? So we can go to our 3D view, click the small house up here, and we're able to see this is what we've created. So let's go back to our foundation level. We're going to create another wall that goes from the foundation level to the ground floor level. Still on this foundation level on your project browser, we're going to click on wall again, right? And you see that the properties still remain the same. It retains the properties of the last wall that you used. But when we come up here, we're going to change this one from first floor to ground floor, right? And then we're still going to leave it on wall center line and chain. So then we're going to start from here. All you need to do is just click. Once you get to this point, you see a box appears and it's saying it's the endpoint. Just click. You go like this, come here to the end, click. Then we're going to come down here, click here, click here, click, and click here. So when you're done, just click escape. And then when we go to our 3D view, we see that this is what we've been able to create. So now we've been able to draw our foundation wall and our retaining wall on grid. So next we're going to create our topo surface. So for this, we're going to have to go to our site plan. We can't see the other wall that we created under, so we're going to have to set the visibility. Now there are two ways of doing this. The first way we can do this is to set the underlay, and when you come to your properties panel, go past the graphic panel and you come down, you're going to see underlay and it's telling you range best level, so you can set it to foundation. If you click apply, you're going to be able to see an outline of the wall. So I'm just going to undo that because I want to show you the second way. Undo. So another way that we can see this wall is by clicking on VR. Now VR shows you, like, it sets up your view range. So under view depth, under level, we're going to click on limited and we're going to apply and say okay. So that way you're able to see and edit. If you would rather not edit, it's better for you to use underlay because it just shows you what is underneath that particular place, while your view range brings that thing that is so far away up close. So that's what we have. So now we're going to create our topo surface. So just go under your massing and type tab, click on topo surface. So you see that a small box appears and is following the cursor around. The first thing we're going to do is edit our elevation, and we're going to change it to -1500. Once that's done, just click anywhere behind the building, put the first one down, try and make sure that it's along the same line so that you won't have curves or anything. Just do your possible best, you're only human. So now we've done like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to change the elevation again. So the next elevation we're going to use is -4000. And we're going to come somewhere in the middle of the building, and we're going to try and align our points to the same place, to the approximate place that we had the other ones at. So just click 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yeah, then we're going to change our elevation again to minus 4,300. So we're going to go somewhere in front of the building, and we're going to do the similar thing to what we did behind for 5. So when you're done, click escape, and then you click finish surface up here, this good sign. So this is what we've been able to create. We see that our site is cutting into our building, and we don't want that. So now we're going to get to use our building pad. So we're going to go back to our site. Then we're going to click on building pad under the same massing and site tab, and you're going to see pick walls. Select that one, and then we're going to hover over one of our walls, and then we're going to click on tab. So just click on it. If your wall line happens to be inside, you can just, once you click on it, you can just look for this double arrow, and you'll be able to flip what direction they are in: inside, outside, inside, outside. So that's that. So when you're done, just click OK. If you go back to our 3D view, we see that we've been able to create an opening, but it's way above where we want it. So just click on that one, and then come to your properties panel. We're going to set the level to foundation, and we click apply. You see that it has cleared the site away from within the building, and that's what we want. But our topo surface isn't looking as cool as we want it to. Maybe we want it to have more contour lines and not just be plain looking like this. What we'll do in that case is to come to our massing and site tab and click on site settings. So you click on this, and then you see that on the site settings pop-up, we have contour line display. It's asking you at intervals of what do you want the contour lines to display. So let's check 500, and we click apply. We see that we have some lines here. Now we could change it to maybe 300, and we could click apply, and it doesn't really change. So let's try 100 and apply. So I like what's happening with 100. I'm just going to leave it as this. But now you can see that there's a problem with this topo surface. You can see that at the side here, it comes up a bit, and maybe that's not what we want. So there's a way to edit it. Just click edit surface. We're going to go back to our site tab. This point here, we're just going to click on it, and we're going to drag it to align with the other ones. So you see, you've been able to edit it. So when you go back to your 3D view, we don't have that problem anymore. Just click OK. So if you happen to have a problem like that, now you know how to fix it. So next, we're going to go back to our ground floor level, and we're going to set up our view range because we want to see this wall too. So just click view VR, and we're going to set it to unlimited, and we're going to apply, and we're going to say OK. No problem. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build up our walls so that we can put on our roof. So we're going to go to our architecture tab. We're going to click on wall, and then we're going to look for 200 millimeter generic wall. Yeah, this one. That's for our outer walls. So we're going to set it to height, and we want the walls to follow this path to go from this ground floor all the way to the roof level. So we're going to say all the way to the roof. That's where the wall should go. But we're not going to pick wall center line, because if we pick wall center line, when we put it down on the grid, it's going to follow the center line. Rather, we want it to align with this interior face. So what we're going to do, repeat the command WA. What we're going to do is we're going to pick finish face interior, right? So just zoom into this grid 2, and we're going to start from this point. Just click on this point, go all the way to the end, click, then come all the way to the end, click again, then click again, and then click, and then we're going to stop here. Good. So when you go to 3D, you see that this is what you've been able to create so far. So now we're going to create another wall that follows this other wall layout. For that, we're going to need to go to our first floor level, but again we cannot see what is below. But this time I don't want what's below to interfere with what I'm doing up, so I'm just going to change the underlay to ground floor, and I'm going to click apply, so you can see a transparent version of the wall under. So now for this wall, because I don't want to go back setting all the parameters again, I'm just going to click on one of the walls and then I'm going to click CS. Now what this does, CS means create similar. I'm just copying the exact properties and parameters of that wall. So what we're going to do is just click and we're going to move. If your wall is coming under or inside the wall, all you need to do is click tab or your space bar key and it will adjust itself, and then just go to the end, you click and then you continue, you click and then you continue, you click again and then you continue, and when you're done just click escape. So you see that this is what we've been able to create so far. Pretty neat, isn't it? So now we have to create our roof. So to create your roof, we're going to go to our roof level and we can see our underlay all here, but we want it to be bolder so that we'll be able to edit or pick the lines on the walls. So what we're going to do is use VR again and we're going to select unlimited. Okay. Now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our roof. So just click on roof. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick walls, set our overhang to 900, hover over one of the walls and click your tab key and the other one's highlight. So once you've done that, just come and do this one on this side. So then we're going to click our trim and extend tool. We're going to use it. Then we're going to trim and extend, or extend this one rather. Now all these angles, they are telling us the slope of the line. So now the slope of this line is at 30 degrees and I'll show you the impact of this in the 3D view. If we should let our roof go like this, this is what we're going to get. We're going to have this roof. And if we should highlight it, we can still edit the slope over here on the properties panel. And if we should change it to something like 45, we have the Nigerian roof that everybody loves with their heart and mind and soul. You can change the angle to anything you want and you can test it out over here, but this is not the kind of roof we want in our lives, at least for this project. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our roof level. We're going to select this roof and we're going to say edit footprint. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to select these 3 lines and then we're going to uncheck this define slope for them because we want our roof to slope in this direction. So for this one, we're now going to change the slope degree to 5 degrees. I think that should be sufficient, and then we're just going to click OK. So when we see our roof in 3D, we see that we've been able to make our roof slope in this direction. You can see that for our project, our roof is not attaching to our wall. To do that, let's change our visibility setting now. Just come down here to this part. See this box beside the checkered box? It says visual style hidden line. Just click on that one. We're going to change our visual style now to shaded. You can see that our roof is not connected to our building in any way. Oh, and PS, there are other visual styles, so you can just check them out. Realistic, consistent colors, shaded, wireframe, in case you want to see everything that's inside. But now let's leave it on shaded so that we can see. What we're going to do is we're going to hover over one of the walls, click our tab key and then select, right? Then we're going to click attach top/base. Then you come back and click your roof. And you see that that part has been filled, but we still have these other parts to contend with. So we're going to repeat the same thing. Come here, click your tab key, attach top/base, and then we're going to click our roof. And you see, that's done. So we've been able to bring up our walls all the way and we've been able to make our roof. So yippee for us. In next tutorial, we're going to progress more on this project by creating floors and adding other properties to it. So make sure you check that out. Signing out is Lola of Tor.